Welcome to our Sephirot Unreal Guide. You're gonna have the opportunity to fight this cutie until the end of patch 6.2, which should be around January 2023. I'm gonna try to keep this guide as simple as possible and only focus on the important parts, so please let me know in the comments if you thought anything was missing or unnecessary. The first real mechanic you're gonna have to deal with is called Fiendish Rage. You will see 4 orbs placed throughout the arena with only one obvious safe spot. Move towards the safe side and split into 2 groups left and right of the boss. One group should consist of both healers and the off-tank, while the other group should consist of all 4 DPS players. As the main tank, make sure not to stack with the party here, as the debuff would result in your death. Move the boss back to the center as soon as the green orbs disappear and use cooldowns to survive the upcoming tank buster. Once you see a green flash on the floor, check to see where an orb appeared and stack between it and the boss to bait his next move. 5 players will get affected by small green circles around them, while 1 player will have a large or purple circle. Have the purple circle stay near the center while the green circles spread out behind the boss. The boss will now repeat mechanics until he reaches a certain HP threshold and the ad phase starts. There are 2 kinds of ads here, small and big ones. Both explode for some raid weight damage when they die. Assign 1 tank to each kind and kill them in the order you can see on the screen. Make sure not to kill too many at the same time so your healers won't get overwhelmed. There will be some raid weight damage at the end of the transition, so make sure you're healed and shielded for it. The first mechanic you'll see in phase 2 is indicated by a bright flash on the floor. A spike will be summoned on every player, with the position being snapshotted at the moment you see the flash. Ideally, you should stack for this mechanic to reduce the likelihood of players running into each other's spikes while dodging. Immediately afterwards, every player will get either a green or orange buff, granting different effects. Check the boss hands and move to the side that is the same color as your buff. 2 players with the orange buff need to handle towers, while all players with the green buff need to run to the front and make sure to intercept the tethers. In the meantime, the players with the orange buffs need to avoid the expanding green orbs at the back and run into another set of towers once they appear. Next, 2 players will be targeted by Earthshakers. It will always be 1 healer and 1 DPS, so you can assign fixed positions for these. They should be at the back of the arena since the damage is based on proximity to the boss. Make sure to bait and dodge the spikes at the same time. Spread out immediately afterwards since 4 random players will be targeted with AoEs. Don't overlap and have the tanks ready to handle the towers left and right. The next mechanic is called Pillar of Mercy. Stack up on A to bait the spikes, then move to D in order to dodge them and survive the knockback. There will be 2 more knockbacks, so position yourself accordingly and avoid the expanding green orbs. Next up is another set of Earthshakers, AoEs, spikes and towers. When you see the boss crouch down a bit and spread his arms, make sure to move to the front to survive the upcoming knockback. Start attacking the wind orb at the back of the arena as soon as possible and have the tanks pick up 2 ads each. Focus down the orb, then the ads. In the meantime, you need to bait and dodge spikes while the tanks need to handle 1 set of towers. Once you see a stack marker on the tornado at the back, move into it to avoid being knocked off the arena. At this point you've seen all the mechanics and they will just begin looping from the start of phase 2. I hope this was helpful, good luck with your runs and have fun in patch 6.2.